In this video, what we'll be going to cover basically, okay, in this video, we'll be going to talk about a random method, okay. I will not wasting our time, okay. We'll just try to use a small video for each and every methods, okay. So in this video, we'll just trying to cover like what is a random module actually, okay, in the NumPy. In NumPy itself, there are several pretty inbuilt libraries will come into the play, right? So in the NumPy itself, we have a random module. Okay, we have a random module. In that, what is the purpose of this particular random? We're just going to discuss it. Okay, so what is a random module basically here now? We'll just try to cover that actually now. So random module is nothing but what this library will contain. This random module, this library, okay, this library contains several functions to create an n-dimension array with random data. So I will just write it first and I will explain you after that. Okay. So what this random module will contain? This library contains what? ND array. Whenever we are talking about any NumPy library, right? To create ND array. So what we are doing actually, we are creating a array, n-dimension array. Understand that particular thing. But addition to that, what it is going to give? Here, it is going to give it to you with random data. Random data. So it whatever the data that you have provided, like in the array, right? With the random values you will be getting. So in the random, from this particular library, it is very clear that whenever you want to change the numbers, right? Random values you wanted actually. Let's say from 100, let's say you have specified the value as 100, right? 100 values I want it to be randomly generated. Random values I want to generate. If you have seen the OTP, like each and every time the number is different, right? Random values you are able to generate it, right? So similar like that way, we want if we want to make it. So there are in the random itself there are pretty different methods into it. So in this video, we'll just trying to cover one special method that is called as Randint. Okay, Randint method will just going to cover basically. So what it will going to do this Randint basically. Randint will be going to generate the random values, random data. Okay, random data with the integer values. Okay, with the integer values, whatever the integer values you have taken, that values you will be getting here now. Okay, you will be getting that random integer values here now. Now next thing what you have to do is basically now we have to understand this according to our documentation now. So what we'll be going to do, we'll just straightforwardly move towards the documentation now. So now in this particular thing, in this particular library, we are able to understand that is one thing is NumPy library, right? Now, first thing foremost, you understood that it is a NumPy library. Now, in order to get the help of that, okay, what is a particular library it is about? We are just doing this particularly, right? We are using the help method and we are just telling that in the random, I want to see the particular documentation and the parameter. If you watch this particular documentation, what it will be going to do, right? It is telling that low, high, parameter, size, and dtype. This is particular value it will be going to take. So what it will be going to return, as I said, it will return the random integer from low, inclusive, and high, exclusive. Inclusive means if you are writing low equal to 0, it will you have to say that. Otherwise, what it will be going to take? It will be taking as a low value. See. So if it will be written discrete no uniform distribution, that will be going to discuss after that, folks. Okay. So if we are not telling anything, so high will be taking as a none by default, and it will be taking as a low values. Okay. It will be by default it will be going to take low equal to 0. Okay. That is only the meaning here. See. Then the results are by default if you are not mentioning anything, the low values will be taking into consideration as low equal to 0. By default, it will be going to take. So if you just want to understand what is the detailed description about it, you can just see this parameter description here. Okay, I'm just giving you walking through what are the particular description about the documentation as well. Okay, you get a clear idea about it. So low will be what? Integer or array like of integers. Randint we are taking, so that's why it will be going to take it as array like of integers. Okay, distribution. Okay, so this is also an optional part. Okay, if you want to write it, it is also an optional part. If you want to special, you have to mention the size. You can just mention the size itself. Yeah, this size is nothing but it is. We can say that it is a shape of an array. You can just tell that. Okay, shape of an array. So these are the things. If you just write it here dtype, if you specifically are writing some type of a data that I wanted, so you can just write it there. Okay. Otherwise, it is an optional part. It is optional parameter. Okay. So what will be going to return? This overall method will be going to discuss about it. Okay, these are the pretty examples. We'll just try to understand with the example point of view. Okay, these are the things which have been created. Okay, I'll just tell you what the things is there. One by one, we'll take an example now. Okay, is that clear, folks? So from our discussion, that is we have understood, right? From the above discussion, that we have understood that whatever the things in the NumPy library is there, we have a random module, right? Random module, we are trying to use a Randint particularly submodule, right? So in this particularly, you have to understand that as low value, high value, okay? Low value, high value, and size value, right? That is an optional part. And after that, it is telling that if you want to represent the data type of that particular array, you can just represent that as well. Okay, these things that has to be clear about it. These are the parameters that we have to pass. D type is an optional. Okay, low values is also optional. High value also an optional. But the thing you have to understand from this is, let's say, if I'm just writing here, see, now if I'm writing np dot, okay, I will just import the module and import the library itself. I will not waste my time. Numpy as np, okay, np dot random, okay, np dot random dot rand int. See, so this particular thing, this particular library we are getting here now, right? So rand int is there. Now in this particular, what we will be going to do, we'll just mention like what particular numbers I wanted actually, right? Right, if I'm just writing here 100, so by default low will be set by default low equal to 0, right? So range will be, low's range will be 0. Now highest range will be what? 100, right? From this particular rhyme, right? So if I'm just telling that I wanted from random integer, see, according to this particular context, if I'm just writing this, see, single values I am getting 10 to 20, low is the lowest 10 and high value is 20. Okay, so from this values I wanted the random values here, right? See, if I'm just running once again, the random values I am getting, random data I am getting, right? So this is a particular uh, understanding from this particularly now. Now, we'll take a certain examples. Okay, with the requirement, we'll try to understand. Okay, now second requirement we have to understand that is, Okay. Uh, First, we'll understand the requirement, then we'll just write the code so that you will understand. So now, here our objective is we have to create, okay, we have to create 1D, one dimension, and one dimension ND array or one dimension array both are same, okay, one dimension array, okay, and of the size, I am telling that the size should be 10. Okay, we have to create a one dimension array and that size is 10. Okay, so now how will I write the code? I will write the same code. See here. So, like writing the code will be differ here. See, I will just write this. Just write this like this way, and I will just write that 1 to 9, right? 1 to 10 means 1 to 9, right? So, and after that, I will just tell that the size will be what? See, size will be equal to 10. See, now random values you are getting, the size should be 10, right? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Random 10 values you are getting here now. See, random values you are getting. So, that is understood for you. Like random values, it is generating each in each iteration if I'm executing this particular current cell, right? So, this is particular observation from this now. Okay, so now we created the one dimensional array. We'll just limit it to two dimensional array, folks. If you can try it for the 3D 4D. Okay, so I will make the video short as possible so you will understand the method as like as soon as possible. Okay, so that will be not like not get that much time to see the video as well, right? So that is a particular my objective towards your approach. Okay, now we'll be going to two dimension array. Now we'll be going to create a 2D array. Okay, we have to create a 2D array, two dimension array, okay, with the shape with the dimension 3 comma 5, 3 rows, 5 columns. Okay, 3 rows and 5 columns. Okay, understood? So this will be going to do basically. Okay, so now we'll just try to see here now. So in place of size, we'll just replace it with the shape of an array, right? See, now same thing we'll be going to do np.random.randint, and we'll just try to tell that. Let's say let's say the change, we will just change the 100 and size will be what? Size will be 3 comma 5, right? So that is our objective to solve this particular problem, right? So if I'm just telling this, so random values we are getting, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 columns and 3 rows, right? 3 rows, 5 columns, right? 3 rows, 5 columns. That is our objective. So we fulfilled this particular objective, right? So that is overall my concern about it, folks. Okay. So if you want to generate a 0 to 9, that also you can do it. Okay. So this is about the things. Now, next thing we have to understand that is nothing but astype method now. Okay. I'll just make that particular method make you understand and we'll just conclude this particular video. Okay, so we'll just understood about like what is a rand module and what is a rand integer basically is about now. Okay, so now we'll just try to understand now what this particular as type method will be going to provide for you, what this particular method will be going to do for you, right? So first of all, the things you have to understand very, very clearly that whenever the method is made, that has some purpose. So you have to understand what is the purpose of this particular method now, right? So what is the purpose of this particular method? First thing you have to understand that it will be going to convert, okay, it will going to convert one form of one data type conversion to another. Convert one data type to another. Understand that way. Okay, if you want to convert one data type to another, then this is a way how we can perform using the astype method. This is a thing that will be going to provide for you. Now we'll just straightforward. We'll understand with the practically how this will be going to work actually now in the case of coding snippets. Okay, so uh, let's say we are taking a variable here. Okay, we are taking a variable that is an umpire array. Okay, what we'll be going to do? I will just take the variable here nb dot random. Okay, random dot randint randint, and I will just specify here that I wanted 1 to 11 range. I'm just providing here, and I'm just telling that size should be this 20 comma 30. Okay, size should be 20 comma 30. Okay, so now what I'll be going to do, I'll just tell that print before conversion. So that will give you the correct idea before conversion. Before conversion, and one particular statement I'm just writing here. Print, I'm just telling that format, I'm just formatting that, and in the this particular string, what I'm telling that a data type of that a variable will be something. Right? Data type of A will be this way. Okay, I'm just telling that what is the type of a variable that we have stored, right? So you will be going to understand that data type of A is in 32. So that to get the confirmation about it now. Okay, the next thing what we'll be going to do, we'll just take another variable now called as B. We'll take another variable B which is equal to A dot as type. Okay, here what we'll be going to do, we'll just try to specify in which type of data that you want to convert. You'll just write into this particular single quotes. Okay, we'll just try to write the float here. Let's say I want to convert into the float type of data, right? So this type of data, if I want to convert it, then I will just write like this. So for conversion, what I'll be going to write, the same thing I will be going to write after conversion. These two things I will just copy this. Okay, to uh, it will take a lot of time, so that's why I'm just copying and pasting, so you will get the understand the flow. Okay, so the data type of B now, what will be the data type of B? I will just write it like this: B dot data type, D type. Okay, after using, so what I'll be going to do after using as type, I will just write it like this: after using as type method. Okay, so as type method, what is the possibility that we are getting here now? Okay, so what I'll be going to do, I will just write it here. I will just write it, execute this particular code. You will understand like how this particular method is very cool, right? Understood, right? So this is the particular method about the. This is a particular method about what? This is a method about this random module. Okay, so rand int overall you have understood. Now I will just provide what we discussed, right? So conclusion, what we discussed is like we understood like what is an numpy library, what is the purpose of random module, and what the random module will be going to provide. Like so, random module will going to contain to create n-dimensional array, and with the random data, it will going to create an array with random data. Okay, we understood what this random rand int is about, right? So generate the random with integer values. Okay, once again, if you just see here, okay, if you just walk through this, okay, so randint, what will be going to do? Whenever you are coming across the randint, understand one thing, that you will be specifying the low and high value, right? Whenever you were using the range, right, you are specifying what was a lower value, what was a higher value, right? Okay, then something like that, you just specify how many numbers that you want to generate randomly. Okay, in this particular 10 to 20 we have a 10 numbers, right? So I have specified here size equal to 10, so randomly the 10 values I am getting in within this particular range. Okay, so this is about this random module. Now next thing we understood about it, that is a as type, right? So as type, we understood from this is very clear that we want to convert from one data type to another data type. Our purpose was here is conversion of int data type to float data type. With an example we talked about it. So I will just recap how we did it basically about it. Okay. So how we did it actually, we just used, okay, numpy array. Okay, we just use the here. We take the variable here. Numpy is equal to np. Okay, alias name we have taken here random dot randint, and we just specify the numbers here, and we just specified here size. Okay, so what we did here basically, we just want to check that what is the type of data. Now from this we it is confirmed that there is an int data type. By using as type, we are able to convert that into the desired data type. Desired data type here is float. Okay, so float got converted. This is overall about this particular video, folks. Okay, if you like this particular video, you can share and subscribe to my channel to get the updates more related to this particular content. Okay, so just put into the comment section, folks, like what particular content that you like uh, to be upload another video. Okay, so that's all about this, folks, guys. So we'll meet another video.